Hey, how have you been? Yeah, that's good. I know, we haven't been able to see each other in a while. Just with, you know, I work when you're home, and then you're home when I work. We're like ships passing in the night. Yeah. Well, it's nice that you and I were able to find some time to hang out together. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I was hoping we could just chit chat a little bit, and maybe I could brush your face a little if you'll let me. I have two little makeup brushes. They're very, very soft. Very soft. So, hopefully you'll enjoy it, because I know I will. But yeah, maybe we could just catch up and just kind of enjoy each other's company for a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go in about like 15 minutes, so back to the ships passing in the night after that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, what's new with you? Really? Oh. Well, you will have to tell me more about that. Mm-hmm. That's pretty wild. But as long as you're staying safe, I guess. That's fine. Yeah, I know. I think the craziest thing I did was I laid it down while eating popcorn, and I almost choked. So, I learned my lesson pretty quick. I've been sitting up ever since. Yeah, I know, and I was home alone too, so probably wouldn't have been found for a while. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, didn't you start a new job? Yeah, I remember there was like a week where you weren't working, and I was like, oh, when is she going back? Is she just on a little vacation? Taking some me time. Yeah. Oh, are they having you do onboarding online? Or are they gonna do like come in sometime, but not all the time? Okay, all online. That makes sense given like how everything is right now. And how everything's been forever at this point. Yeah. Are they gonna have you come in for work at all, or is it just gonna be mostly all online? Yeah, online. That's nice. At least then you can kind of stay inside and stay safe. I know, especially with all the smoke right now. Oh, it has been horrible. I know, the apartment's getting so stuffy. I want nothing more than to open the windows and get a nice cross breeze, but unless we want, like, immediate lung cancer from all the smoke, we're just gonna have to wait. Yeah, I know I saw those contraptions online where you can make, like, your own air filter, like air purifier. I think you use, like, I want to say a water heater, or yeah, like a water heater or a furnace filter. Furnace filter, I think that's what it was. Is a water heater and a furnace the same thing? These are the things I've never had to think about because I haven't owned a home. Oh well. Don't judge me. You didn't know the difference between a plum and an apricot. So, yeah, yeah. Anyway, I know. But, anyway, yeah, you take one of those filters and you, like, put it on the back of a 20-inch box fan. You, like, secure it with, like, bungee cords. And it's supposed to purify the air in your home. Yeah, I could see that being a fire hazard, but I feel like if you kept an eye on it and made sure the fan didn't, like, hella overheat, you'd probably be fine. Plus, I mean, where am I gonna go find a filter? I'm sure, like, I don't know, like a Lowe's or something would have one, but people probably have panic bought all those too, so who knows. Yeah. Well, I haven't been up to a whole lot. I mean, the choking on popcorn thing was probably the most eventful thing I've had happen. Oh, I forgot to tell you. About a month ago, I started a YouTube channel. Yeah. Yep. It's just like ASMR. Yeah. I know we've talked about it a little bit. you're into it too, which is why the face brushing is nice. But, yeah, it's going alright, I suppose. Yeah, I don't really have a theme. I've just been kind of posting whatever. Mostly just stuff that I enjoy watching. And then I'm like, oh, well, I've never made a video like that before. I've never made any video. And so I've just been kind of experimenting with pretty much a little bit of everything. Yeah. No, I mean, you know, some people, they stick to themes where they only do role plays, or they have like this whole elaborate setup, and they do all this fancy stuff, and I don't have that. I don't have the room for that. I don't have the money for that. So I've just been using my phone and whatever I have laying around. Yeah. I don't know if you saw it, but in my room I have like a bunch of cardboard like stacked on top of itself to make like a makeshift phone stand. Yeah, it's pretty wild, but it seems to be doing the trick. At least I think it is. I don't know. Beats me. But yeah. I think the first one got the most views. Yeah, it had like 13 views. But caveat, 4 of those views are my own. Don't tell anyone. I posted it, but then I was like, oh, did that actually post? Because I never posted anything before, so I was curious and I watched it the first time. And then the second time I was like, okay, well that was kind of cool. Let me just see like if there's anything I didn't really like about that video, and yeah. Oh, awesome. Apparently the neighbors are throwing each other against the wall. I don't know. They aren't really. They aren't really. Somebody's just slamming a door. Very rudely. Apartment living. But, yeah. But, I just watched it like a couple times because I was like kind of reviewing it. And it did not dawn on me. You would think I'd be smarter, but it didn't dawn on me until after I'd posted it and reviewed it a couple times then, that maybe I should just watch it and review it. I know. Well, and the thing is, sometimes there's a loud, obnoxious sound, like a neighbor throwing something against the wall for no apparent reason, that, you know, I can't edit it out. I'm sure there's, like, some editing software for free that would, like, get that done. But for the life of me, I'm like, okay, well, let's say I go and I download it, and now I have to take the film off of my phone and put it onto the computer, and then I'm gonna have to try to get that all edited out. By the time I'm done, I'll have watched it, and that'll be about it. You know, not to be pessimistic. It's not about, you know, who watches it or who doesn't. It's just, I had fun making it, and I'm cool with that. Yeah. You know, it's probably the wrong attitude to have, who knows, but I'm having fun. That's what it's about. Yeah. I know. Ugh. I have been hungry too. On my way home from work, do you want me to pick up something for dinner? Yeah. What are you in the mood for? I swear we have Chipotle all the time. But, I mean, if you're like really jonesing for it, we can do that. Plus, maybe I'll branch out and try something different. Or we can just get separate things for dinner. I'm not too worried about it either way. But I can easily pick up Chipotle too on the way back. Yeah. Well, just text me what you want and I'll go from there. Yeah. Ugh, you know what I really want? And maybe this is why I'm like, oh, Chipotle, maybe. I really want to go to a buffet. Like, and just go ham on like plate after plate after plate after plate. But probably won't be able to do that for a while. You know. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like, buffets were kind of sketchy before everything, and now it's like really not great, probably. Well, I'm sure they're taking precautions, but I don't necessarily think that it's gonna be enough. I don't know, it might be. I'm like, is it worth the risk? Maybe. I just really want to freaking pig out. I don't know what that sound is in the background. It's like in the distance, but it kind of sounds like a movie trailer sound. Like, if that makes sense. It's probably a big truck. Who knows? Gosh. Okay, well. Or it's nothing. Maybe it's just War of the Worlds. Who knows? Well, I'm gonna use this thicker brush just because it's so thick and soft. And I just love it so much. Do you... trying to think of what else we can talk about. I know I planned to catch up after all this time, and then I run out of conversation topics so quick. Have you heard about how they are going to make a TV series based off of Tiger King? I know. That was my thought too. It was such a wild documentary. I can't imagine what a TV series would add to that, Because I feel like part of the documentary, it was like, oh wow, one thing after another, and you're just kind of like, what? It's like a roller coaster from start to finish, but with a TV series, while it's based on, what happened, I feel like it's just gonna be, overly dramatic, and, just for the intensity, I guess. They're really just trying to milk that for all it's worth. Yeah, because that, lady in the show, Carol Basket, I think she's gonna be on Dancing with the Stars. I'm like, okay, well, she's a star now, I guess. I don't know, I don't watch Dancing with the Stars. I couldn't tell you what their criteria is for a star. Imagine being paired up with her and being like, girl, I don't know about this. Are there gonna be tigers? How am I gonna make it out of this alive? But, yeah. Yeah, I know, I kind of on the same page when it comes to, taking a documentary or, a real event, and then, and a documentary that's, already kind of, out there and has been, widely publicized, and people are like, oh, yeah, I know about this documentary, and then going and taking and making your own, little TV series out of it, when it's okay, now you're just really, really milking it. I know I said that earlier, but they are just really milking it. They did the same thing with that, one, incident. Oh, I can't remember what the TV show was called, or even what the documentary was called. Oh, Mother Dearest. Yeah, the thing with that Gypsy Rose gal. Yeah, they took that whole, event, and they made a TV series off of it. Which, I mean, some people I'm sure would really enjoy that extra content, they just really enjoy it. I mean, I'm a little guilty when they did those Ted Bundy tapes. I was like, oh, I want to watch this TV show on this thing I'm already well familiar with. And then they, made the movie too with Zac Efron. It was a very interesting thing how they just really take the same event and just keep, I don't know, making content from it. But if it sells, if it's profitable, who am I to judge? Yeah. Have you noticed the trees have started changing color? Yeah, I know, I can't believe summer's already over. I feel like I never really got a summer, or even a spring for that matter. Yeah, it's been very different this year, for sure. Yeah, I know. But fall is my favorite season, so I'm excited. Yeah, I've started making these little pumpkins out of polymer clay that I plan on baking, and so I'm gonna have those set out. They're not gonna be big ones, of course. That'd be such a waste of clay. However, I bet you if I took a big enough ball of tinfoil, I could probably make a pretty big one. But I don't know that I'd really want to try to handle a fragile, large polymer clay pumpkin. I'd rather just do cute little figurines, yeah, I've been wanting to get like one of those little Halloween towns. You know how they have like little Christmas towns? Where you like set it up with all the lights and it's all pretty and you kind of like escape into it. Well, they have those for Halloween. I saw them when I went to, ooh, I can't remember what store it was. It was some kind of craft store. And it was so expensive though. It was like $100 for like a little like witch's hut. And I'm like, that's cute. And like if I had the money, I would totally buy it. But not something I can really afford to just sink $100 into. So I was thinking maybe I'll make like my own little mini one out of polymer clay and maybe some cardboard since I seem to have so much of that laying around. I know. I mean, we'll see. And if I hate it, then I guess I have a bunch of little clay pumpkins hanging around. I figure I'll start with that and see where I go. Yeah. I haven't had too much issue finding supplies. I mean, it depends on the store, though. I think that's kind of the biggest factor. Some stores just don't seem to stock as quick, or they just run out because that's like everybody's first go-to. But I found a couple craft stores where I was able to get like plenty of clay and all sorts of different colors, but then they run out of random colors. Where I'm like, oh, apparently we're like all out of the black clay, and that's fine, I guess. But I assume that's a pretty popular color for creations, depending on what you're making, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, like when I was making Apollo from Animal Crossing, yeah, I ended up using a good amount of black and white clay on him. Yeah. I think, I don't know, it really depends on how much I go through. Yeah. How have your drawings been? Enough about me. I've just been rambling. How's drawing going? Have you been able to find supplies? How often do you need to buy drawing supplies? Sorry, I don't get it. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were able to get more sketch pads and stuff. Yeah, I feel like when things first hit the fan, that was when, like, first it was all the toilet paper and all the other supplies, like, for survival, like food, and then people are like, okay, I'm bored. Time to hoard all the art supplies. Yeah, I haven't even been able to find paint for that matter. Because I was like, oh, maybe I'll just use, like, whatever color and paint over it. There's certain colors of clay that I'm just not going to use. Yeah. That makes sense. Well, I really hope that you have a good rest of your day. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I kind of like went on a couple tangents. I've just been a little tuckered out lately, so I get a little easily distracted. Yeah. Okay, well, I will see you later. Yeah, be sure you message me with what you want from Chipotle, and I will make sure I pick it up on my way home. Alright, see ya.